Hello, fourth grade. All right, so today's video is going to be a little bit shorter because I don't know if you noticed or remembered, I gave you tomorrow to work on your project. So tomorrow or today or whenever you were going to work on Friday's homework, you can work on your project, which is due a week from today. I've already gotten one, so that was exciting and it came out awesome. So all right, so today we are going to be on page 534 and we are going to compare mixed numbers. So put them in order from either from least to greatest or equals. All right, so how do we compare mixed numbers? All right, so this is a lot like comparing a whole numbers, and comparing fractions, except you're going to do both. All right, so first of all, you're going to look at the mixed number, and right off the bat, if they are two different whole numbers, you know which one is bigger right from the start. So if I have 1 1/2 and 2 1/3, I don't even need to look at the fraction because 2 is already automatically bigger than 1, okay? So I don't even need to look at the fraction. So I know that 2 1/3 is greater, okay? It's just when you get to mixed numbers that have the same whole number that then you have to look at the fraction. So you don't even have to look at the whole number if they have the same whole number. Then you have to look at the fraction to see which one is bigger, greater than, less than, or equals. Okay, all right, so let's look at page 534. Okay, how do you compare mixed numbers? Amy needs 1 5/6 yards of material to make a skirt. Does she have enough material to make one blue skirt and one red skirt? All right, let's look at example A. Compare 1 5/6, because that's how much she needs, and 2 1/3. Look at the whole parts first. So we know that 1 is less than 2. So 1/6 is going to be less than 2 1/3. So we know right off the bat, she has enough to make a red skirt, okay? So let's look at example B. So now we need to find out if she has enough to make a blue skirt. So we're going to look at two different ways that you could figure that out. So we can compare 1 5/6 and 2/3. So the first way is we could use a number line, all right? And on the bottom do thirds, and on the top do, or on the bottom do sixths, and on the top do thirds, if you look in the tan box. And 1 2/3 is the same as 1 4/6, okay? So yes, she does have enough to make a blue skirt too. But what is the other way, and instead of having to draw a whole number line, make them have the same, a common denominator. Okay, so the common denominator, we need to find out 1 5/6. So the common denominator between 3 and 6 would be 6. Okay, so how do we turn 1 2/3 into 6? Well, remember, if you're going to make an equivalent fraction, you have to do the same thing to the top as you do to the bottom. So in order to get 6 on the bottom, you would multiply times 2, okay? And so you're going to do the same thing to the top. So 1 2/3 is the same as 1 4/6. And 1 4/6 is less than 1 5/6. So she has enough to make, just enough to make a blue skirt also. All right, so you, for homework, are going to do page 535, practice, let me look, practice, page 535, practice A, odd, okay? And it says compare, write greater than, less than, or equals, for each, okay? Remember, if the whole number is bigger, the whole thing is bigger, okay? So you only have to actually figure it out if the whole numbers are the same, and then you need to find out which fraction is bigger, okay? All right, so you have a little bit of time to work on this so that if you're not really getting it, we can talk about it when we get on Zoom. So I want you to start doing that right now. Start working on your practice 535A odd so I can see if you get it when we get on Zoom. All right, I'll see you in a minute.